Bruce Casella joins us now. Nittany Lions turning up the heat.
That's right, and good news too, because #1 Florida goes down to LSU.
I'm not complaining.
And that means Penn State will probably be #1 tomorrow. It was the first major test of this young season for the second-ranked Nittany Lions. The Buckeyes looking to win their third straight over Joe Pa's surging Lions. Penn State got off to a quick 10-0 lead, but Ohio State stormed back. Second-string quarterback Joe Germain came in, goes 36 yards to Steve Miller in the quarter. It's 10-all second quarter. Penn State led at 17-13 at halftime. The third quarter belonged to the Buckeyes. 2 straight touchdowns, and they led by 10. But here a big run by Aaron Harris, 51 yards, 27-24. Penn State coming back. Then in the fourth, another big run. This time, Curtis Ennis. Curtis goes in. Penn State wins. The Nittany Lions rally to win it 31-27. The high-scoring Villanova Wildcats were clicking again this afternoon against UMass. These guys are unstoppable. The Cats up 14, and they want more. Chris Bowden finds Brad Finneran deep. It's 21 Zippo Nova first quarter. Then Bowden wants Brad's twin brother. It's Brian Finneran for a huge catch. It becomes the first Wildcat receiver to go over the 3,000-yard mark in a career. Right there. Congratulations as Villanova wins big, 49-27. Next, Delaware hosting Richmond. How about it? The offense clicking for the Blue Hens. A short pass by Brian Ginn that goes a long way. Courtney Batts says, see ya. Delaware strikes early. Then how about some defense? The Spiders trying to punt, but no, it is blocked. Michael Pearson picks it up. He's going to score. The Blue Hens now 5-1 with a 24-7 victory. We've got LaSalle hosting Catholic University as they celebrate. The Explorers' Mike Gronkowski is giving everything he has, and he gets the touchdown. But the visitors had too much firepower. Many big plays like this one led to a tough afternoon for LaSalle. Catholic wins it 61-21. On the local board, a couple of scores. Oh, Penn loses again to Lehigh 24-7. Westchester edges East Stroudsburg. The Eagles are in Jacksonville getting ready for their Sunday afternoon matchup with the Jags. Of course, WB17's got it all covered right here. And here's our man, Otis Livingston, to tell us the latest.
The Eagles piled off the team bus today. From Jacksonville, Florida, I'm Otis Livingston, WB17 News at 10.
Thank you, Otis. The Flyers started a 7-day road trip this evening up in Montreal. The orange and black trying to overcome the injury bug. No problem, says John LeClaire. He gets an early hat trick, and the Flyers scored 4 straight goals in the second. What a line of Lindros, LeClaire, and Zubris. Eric gets one here, and the Flyers win it 6-2. Now to baseball. Game 3 between the Indians and the O's. Top of the ninth, the Tribe up 1-0. But Game 2's hero, Marquise Grissom, is Game 3's GOAT. He loses the ball in the lights. How about it? Game tied at 1, and we go to extra innings. Now in the 12th, a controversial play, Omar Vizquel, the squeeze bunt. Grissom will steal home. He pulls back on the ball. Did Vizquel foul the ball, causing the catcher to drop it? The ump says no, and the Indians win it 2-1 in 12. How about the other game now? The Braves over the Marlins, 4-zip. The series now tied at 2. And don't forget about the Ray Road Show coming up right after the news, right here on WB17.
Right. Thanks a lot. Still to come on WB17 News at 10. Building really big challenge against them today.
Ooh, painful day. Very, very painful. Good old-fashioned butt whooping, that's what it was. The Birds could do nothing right from the start. The Jags just out-muscled and dominated all day long. Running back James Stewart was brilliant for Jacksonville. First drive of the game hit Stewart. He comes in for Natron Meade, 7-0. Here's Stewart again. He had 5 touchdowns in the game, only the 4th ever to run for 5. Here's more pain. A block punt. Jacksonville was in business again in Eagles territory. And once again, here it is. It's James Stewart. Here he comes, just like a hot knife through butter. 21-zip, just like that. The Eagles offense with Ty Detmer, big problems, but here Detmer saves some face with a pass to Irving Flyer for a touchdown. But with a chance to get back into it, Detmer throws a bad ball right in the hands of Deion Figures. Ouch, who gives the Jags another scoring opportunity in the third. When it was over, the Birds were embarrassed. Rodney Peete got some playing time, and the Eagles stagger home with a 38-21 loss. For more on the game, here's Otis Livingston from Jacksonville.
The sign says, "Wake up, America, the teal is real." On the road with the Eagles in Jacksonville, Florida, I'm Otis Livingston, WB17 News at 10.
Thanks, Otis. That was rough. Joining me now is Sports Director Mike Dardis. Mike, what's coming up on Eagles Wrap?
All right, Bruce, we've got a one-on-one interview with Coach Ray Rhodes, plus plenty from that Birds locker room. And the latest on the injuries to safety Brian Dawkins and defensive back Bobby Taylor. That's right after the news. Full 30 minutes of Eagles Wrap. Bruce, stay tuned.
All right, the world champion Green Bay Packers continue to struggle. The Pack attack not dominating like they did last year, but just good enough to win. Today they were in Chicago to face the lowly Bears. Quarterback Eric Kramer got the start for Chicago. He makes the most of it. Finds Curtis Conway, who's just back from injury. 37-yard catch, set up a touchdown to pull the Bears within 4, 14-10. Late in the game, the Bears had a chance to tie or win. The touchdown cuts the lead to 1. But the Bears decide to go for the win with a 2-point conversion. Oh, it's no good. Hey, thanks for the satellite info, guys. The Pack hold on to win it 24-23. Next, the Bucs hosting the Lions. And what a day for Detroit's Barry Sanders. Here he is for 80 of his 215 yards. He passes Jim Brown on the NFL rushing list with 12,513 yards. The Bucs, who started the season 5-0, was no match for Sanders. Tampa Bay has now lost 2 straight, the final 27-9. How about the Cards hosting the Giants now? Danny Cannell got his first start for the Giants. And oops, Aeneas Williams gets the pick, and he's going to score a touchdown. But don't worry, folks. Cannell gets it back and then some. He has David Patton for 6 there. The Giants win it 27-13 on the NFL board. Hey, the Vikings, 7 better than the Panthers. The Rams lose big to 49ers. The Falcons win the first of the year. Patriots spank the Bills. The Dolphins handle the Jets. Oilers crunch the Bengals in the 4th. The Steelers all over the Colts 24-13. On the baseball diamond, it's Game 5 between the Braves and the Marlins. Maddox lost Game 1. Could the Mighty One have had another bad day for Atlanta? Tied at 1 of the 7th, Jeff Conine comes through with a big RBI off of Maddox. Florida takes the lead 2-1. Then the story of the game is usually Maddox, but not today. It's this guy. Livan Hernandez sets an NLCS record with 15 strikeouts. The Braves go down 3-2 in the series, and the Marlins win it 2-1. The other game tonight, in the 8th, it's the Indians over the Orioles 7-6. Well, the Sixers are getting things together on the preseason hardwood. They even had their head coach on the bench for the first time tonight. That's progress. Philly taking on the Heat in Miami. There's Larry Brown, hoping this will be a special year for the Sixers. The rookie Tim Thomas made his presence felt. The steal and the slam. Nice. Derek Coleman looks like he's getting in better shape, and he's going to move inside for the slam. How about the rookie of the year? That's right, last year he was the man, Allen Iverson, with a dipsy-do for 2, but the Sixers lose this one, 111-102. How about Penn State yesterday? Thanks to this guy, Aaron Harris from Downingtown High School. Aaron helped Penn State with runs like this, come from 10 points down to beat Ohio State 31-27. But Florida losing last night to LSU. Joe Pa's men are now the top-ranked team in the country. Florida dropped out of the top 5. Congratulations to the Nittany Lions.
All right.
Don't forget, Eagles Wrap coming up right after the show.
All right, thanks, Bruce. Still ahead on WB17, news at 10. Maybe we needed some of those players out on the Eagles roster today, huh?
That's right. Penalties, turnovers, mistakes. Do you need a list?
No.
Not good one, huh?
Ugly.
The Eagles gave new meaning to the word penalty. 15 of them cost the Birds a very important game. A win would have moved the Eagles into a tie for second and in very good position to win the NFC East. Instead, it now looks very, very bleak. What is going on, Ray Rhodes? Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you, a big mistake right here by Rodney Peete. Bernard Wilson picks him off and rumbles 66 yards for a Cardinals 7-0 lead. Rodney Peete just 3 of 13, 54 yards. Just like that. The Birds come back. Check this out. Unbelievable. Willie Clark takes the weird kickoff and he goes all the distance for the touchdown. It is 7-all. Ty Detmer replaced Peete in the second half, and it paid off immediately. 2 touchdown passes, this one to Freddie Solomon. Then the Eagles finally led at 21-17, but a missed field goal and this penalty, or fumble by Mark Say on the punt, doomed the Birds as Arizona took advantage of it. Mistakes cost them with a 31-21 upset. Here's Mike Dardis from Arizona with more.
So instead of 5-4, this is Mike Dardis, WB17 News at 10.
Thanks, Mike. Joining me now is Otis Livingston, who is getting ready to tell us much more about today's game. Otis?
That's right, Bruce. We'll have post-game reactions from the Eagles' latest road setback, and our Mike Dardis once again have an exclusive interview one-on-one with Ray Rhodes coming up on Modell's Eagles Wrap immediately following the news. Bruce?
All right, the Cowboys also had a big game today. This one against a tough 49er team in San Francisco. The boys were looking good early in this one. Troy Aikman, back from his concussion against the Eagles, finds Michael Irvin. 7-0 Cowboys. Emmitt Smith got hurt in this game. He strains his left groin right there. Had to leave the game in the second quarter, and things are not looking too well for Emmitt Smith. The Niners trailed 10-7 in the game, but here Steve Young goes long to a diving J.J. Stokes. What a catch. Then William Floyd takes it in to give the Niners a 14-10 lead. Now late in the game, the 49ers defense had to come up big. Troy Aikman going to be picked off right there. The boys are 4-5. The Niners come here next Monday night. How about the Washington game at Chicago Soldier Field? The Redskins looked ready to take over the division. Gus Frerotte right on target to James Jenkins. The Skins are up 24-0 at halftime. Washington was clicking on all cylinders. There is Larry Bowie for 6. Chicago's Curtis Conway was ejected in the game for bumping an official on this play, adding to the already embarrassing season. And you're out of there, Mr. Conway. And then when Gus Frerotte hits former Temple player Leslie Shepard, the route was on as the Redskins break a 2-game losing streak with a 31-8 win. Let's check the NFL board now. The Jets get an overtime win over the Ravens. Bills slip by the Dolphins. It's the Panthers over the Raiders. Falcons outscore the Rams. Bengals finally win one. The Bucs slide by the Colts. Jaguars 6 better than the Oilers. The Broncos edge the Seahawks. Vikings outscore the Patriots. And in the third, it's the Packers leading the Lions. Well, the Flyers were in action today against Dallas in the Big House. The Orange and Black trying to finally get a win after a couple of losses and a tie in the last 3 games. Wayne Cashman's boys got down 2-0 to the Stars, but Rod Brindamore gets a shorthanded strike there to cut the Dallas lead in half. Then tied at 2, Big John LeClaire comes to the rescue with his 12th of the year score. Flyers up 3-2 in the second. Big play here for the Stars. Jamie Dagenbrunner takes advantage of an empty net. You see Ron Hextall was hit in the head by teammate Paul Coffey just before the score. He finished the second period but was replaced by Gar Snow in the third as the Flyers once again fail to break the win column and settle for a 3-all tie in overtime.
Is it too much to say Ray Rhodes is a little upset?
He is very upset. Everyone is upset as far as the Eagles are concerned, that's for sure.
All right.
But Monday night, big game against the 49ers.
All right, thanks, Bruce. There's more ahead on WB17 News at 10. How these for the New Year's parade. Birds on thin ice right now.
That's right, and they have to win tomorrow in Atlanta if they want to make the playoffs. So a big game for the Eagles. You know, the Birds will be trying to do something they have not done all year long, and that's win a football game on the road. With the story from Atlanta is our man, Otis Livingston.
You know, I like all the stuff about playing on the road. You know, we've been hearing about it all year.
Livingston, WB17 News at 10.
Great stuff. For more on Sunday's matchup, be sure to tune in to Ray Rhodes Show immediately following tonight's news. Well, the Giants were going for the division championship today as they hosted the Skins. What a year it's been for New York, going from last place a year ago to first in '97. One of the best fullbacks in the league is right here is Charles Way. He's a local guy, 15 yards for the touchdown. Defense was the name of the game for the Giants, forcing 6 turnovers. Jason Sehorn, the pick, thrown by former Giant Jeff Hostetler. And he goes 35 yards for the score. New York wins the division for the first time since 1990, the final 30-10. How about it? Now the Steelers and the Patriots. New England had an 8-point lead late, but a big mistake by Drew Bledsoe. It's intercepted by Kevin Henry. Lateral is no good, no touchdown, but great field position. Then it's Cordell Stewart for the touchdown to Mark Bruner. Oh, they got the 2-point conversion, and we go to overtime. The Steelers had the momentum. They drive down, and there's Norm Johnson for the game winner, the field goal good. The Steelers pull off a miracle, 24-21. In college ball, Delaware a game away from playing for the national championship, but first, they had to get through a tough McNeese State. The Blue Hens trailed in the third, 17-7, but watch the quarterback right here, coming out of nowhere. Oh, touchdown by Matt Nagy. Then, in the fourth, Delaware takes the lead. Nagy to Greg McGrew for the score. It's 21-17 Hens. But in the fourth, Delaware up by a point. McNeese State hits the 31-yard field goal to win it. Oh, no, 23-21. A great season ends for the Blue Hens. Well, the Heisman Trophy was given away today in New York. An upset, the winner, Michigan's defensive back Charles Woodson. How about that? The first defensive player ever to win the award. He wins it easily over Peyton Manning. Ryan Leaf finished third. Now to basketball. The Jekyll and Hyde Sixers take to the road to face the Knicks. New York hoping to avenge a blowout last Sunday to Philly. The game was close most of the way. John Starks hits from the corner there for the three. An 11-point lead for the Knicks. Back comes the Sixers. Allen Iverson had 30, hits the jumper and cuts the lead to 73-72. But the Knicks wanted it more on their home floor. Allen Houston fires up the basket. They pull away as New York wins it 95-83. Well, the hottest team in the city, of course, the Temple Owls, back at the Apollo this afternoon to face DePaul. John Chaney looking for another blowout, and so is 2-year-old Taylor Stewart. Hello there, sweetheart. Pepe Sanchez wants the blowout, too, hits the three. Then another bomb, Julian Dunkley. Great name, huh, for a basketball player. Temple does get another blowout. They win it 74-43. To the main line as Nova hosted New Orleans. Nova coming off a bad loss to Duke. Great start. Jermaine Medley with a three. Things looking good. John Celestin wanted to take over, and he hits the home run there. Things didn't go well late for the Cats. They lose it 77-64. Oh, my goodness. A couple other scores now to talk about. We have LaSalle over Texas Southern, and North Carolina holds off Princeton 50-42. Michigan upsets #1 Duke today in college basketball 81-73.
All right.
All righty.
Go
Big
Eagles.
game for the Eagles.
Go Eagles. Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
More ahead on WB17 News at 10. It is a holiday tradition performed across the country today. The whole country was crying because of the Eagles.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
You know what? They stink. The offensive game plan just stunk.
I
Hold your
didn't
nose
say
for
that.
this one. My goodness, oh, the pain. Thank goodness it's over. No more worrying about the playoffs today. The Birds did what they usually do on the road. That's lose. They're just not good enough this year. First drive of the game, Ricky Waters, 7 carries, 63 yards on this possession. He got only 8 more carries the rest of the game. That is crazy. Eagles look good. That's Bobby Hoying to Michael Timpson early, 7-0 Birds. Tied at 7 in the third. Hoying makes a mistake. He's picked off on a pass that never should have been thrown. It sets up Jamal Anderson, a touchdown. It was time to worry. But in the fourth, down 17-7, the Eagles came back. Ricky Waters cuts the lead to 3. Then on the next possession, they could take the lead. However, the Bobby Hoying pass is dropped by Chad Lewis at the goal line. Ouch. They would tie the game at 17 with a field goal late in the fourth. The Eagles defense breaks down. Harold Green gets loose. Look at him go. 47 yards, missing tackles. My goodness, it's all over from there. Morton Anderson would kick the game-winning field goal, putting the Eagles out of their long road misery. The final 20-17 with more. Here's Otis Livingston from Atlanta.
There was supposed to be apathy down here in Atlanta regarding those Falcons. I'm Otis Livingston, WB17 News at 10.
Thanks, Otis. Joining me now is Sports Director Mike Dardis, who's getting ready with more from Atlanta. Mike, what do you have for us?
Well, Bruce, right after the newscast, a full 30 minutes of Eagles wrap. We're going to have extended highlights, locker room reaction, plenty of it, and our one-on-one interview with Coach Ray Rhodes. That is just in a few minutes on Eagles wrap. Back to Bruce. What do you think about the Eagles again, Bruce?
They stink. Another game we had our eye on today was Minnesota hosting Detroit. Former Eagle Randall Cunningham trying to get his first win as a Viking quarterback. We pick it up with seconds left in the game. Bobby Ross and the Lions down 13-7. The pass, not caught, but it's interference. Called on the Vikings. Final play of the game, just 3 seconds to go. Scott Mitchell back, looking, finds Herman Moore for the game winner. Both teams still alive for the playoff as Detroit takes this one 14-13. Let's check out Green Bay at Carolina. Brett Favre of the Packer hitting their stride. Favre 3 touchdown passes. This one 58 yards to a wide open Antonio Freeman. It's 7-0. Carolina needed this win to stay alive in the playoffs, but Robert Brooks says, forget about it. Touchdown, the Pack win easy, 31-10. Now to the sinking Cowboys at Cincy. I didn't say stinking. Boomer Esiason continues to light it up since becoming the Bengals starting quarterback. He finds Darnay Scott to give Cincinnati a 17-10 lead. The Bengals got it done on the ground as well. Corey Dillon helps knock the Cowboys out of the playoffs. All right, as the Bengals win it 31-24. Other scores in the NFL today. The Ravens edge the Oilers. Jags clip the Bills. The Colts spank the Dolphins. Jets cream Buccaneers. Chiefs crunch the Chargers. The Saints over the Cardinals. Seahawks come from behind to beat the Raiders. And in the fourth quarter, the Bears and the Rams in a stinker, 7-7. Well, the Flyers are back home after a one-game road trip to Chicago. The Orange and Black going for their third straight win tonight against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Getting a little physical there. Brent Myers and Mick Bakota go at it. Bakota with a series of lefts there. Second period, the Flyers shorthanded. Here comes Rod Brindamore. Philly up 1-0. Later in the period, John LeClaire looking for the puck, and he sends it home for a power play goal. He had 2 of the night. The Flyers go on to win it 3-0. How about some local college basketball now to round out your evening? The Drexel Dragons were in South Bend trying to slay the Irish. The O'Harian's team had the matchup inside. Check out Joe Linderman for 2 inside. He finished with 21. Now how about some Drexel quickness? Bryant Coursey cuts through the lane for the bucket and the foul. This game belonged to Notre Dame as Pat Garrity scores 28 to pace the Irish to a 78-70 win, giving Drexel their first loss of the season. Speaking of the Irish, former Notre Dame head coach Lou Holtz is rumored to be heading to USC to replace John Robinson as coach of the Trojans. That's right. According to reports out of Los Angeles, all Holtz has to do is give the word. However, the 60-year-old former coach has denied he has been offered the position. And how about John Gruden? A little rumor from one of the networks saying he may be the new head coach of the Cowboys.
Wait and see.
Good riddance.
All right, thanks, Bruce. Just ahead on WB17 News at 10. Look out, Rudolph.